the Sahara and what could potentially be hidden under it. Let's check it out.
The Sahara, often perceived as just a vast barren desert, is in reality one of the most mysterious and intriguing places on our planet. Beneath its sweeping dunes and expansive skies lies a treasure trove of hidden secrets and forgotten histories. Contrary to the common belief of an unchanging sea of sand, the Sahara is a place of constant evolution and surprising diversity, and sometimes it reveals the most surprising and intriguing discoveries. From the Valley of Whales to the Oasis of Mosquitoes, here are 20 most mysterious discoveries in the Sahara Desert. Number 20. 40-million-year-old whale fossil. In Wadi al-Hitan, also known as the Valley of Whales, archaeologists uncovered something incredible, an ancient whale fossil that's rewriting the story of marine evolution. This UNESCO World Heritage Site in the western desert of Egypt, once an underwater part of the prehistoric Tethys Ocean, is now revealing its secrets from millions of years ago. This fossil belongs to Basilosaurus, an extinct whale species. Although it's a relative of whales that we see today, they were far more intriguing. What makes this discovery exceptional is the fossil's age, estimated at over 40 million years, and its unique structure, showcasing hind limbs. These limbs are a feature unseen in modern whales, and offer a tangible link to their evolutionary journey from land to sea. It might be a bit hard for us to imagine four-legged whales today, but in the past, such species really existed. And so, the discovery of this whale fossil is a critical piece in the puzzle of life's history on Earth. It shows when whales transitioned from land-dwelling creatures to the majestic sea inhabitants we know today.
See, now this supports a theory I've had, like, of creatures adapting to whatever happened to the planet at that time. And if they had to go from being on land to water or water to land, they did that. That's been a theory I've had for quite some time, and hearing this, this just sends it into overdrive.
Hind limbs of this ancient whale are a fascinating glimpse into this transformative phase. The Whale Valley, rich with fossil remains, vividly shows an ancient aquatic world vastly different from its current sandy landscape. These fossils are not merely remnants. Bone fragment after bone fragment, they're showing us how evolution took place in the desert. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. Number 19. 480-million-year-old mystery creature. For over a century and a half, the bones of a puzzling creature that roamed the Earth long before the age of dinosaurs captivated the minds of scientists. This enigmatic being has been the subject of intense debate and speculation in the scientific community. All we knew was that it lived millions of years ago. However, a groundbreaking discovery in the fossil-rich terrains of Morocco has shed light on this ancient mystery, providing key insights into the identity of these bizarre life forms. Thanks to its preserved guts, it was finally revealed what this creature was. Identifying this ancient creature was like finding a missing piece of the understanding of early marine life. The complexity of its internal structure challenged previous notions about the sophistication of organisms during that period. Number 18. Ancient megalake. In the vast sandy stretches of the Sahara Desert, scientists have made a discovery that might change how we see this iconic landscape. Who would have thought that beneath the sea of dunes was the vast remains of an ancient megalake? This discovery reveals a past where the Sahara was anything but the desert we know today. This ancient megalake, estimated to have existed thousands of years ago, was no small pond. It's believed to have covered an area about the size of some of the largest lakes in the world today. This discovery adds to a growing body of evidence suggesting that the Sahara, now a symbol of dryness and desolation, was once a region of thriving wetlands. The clues to this watery past came from satellite images and geological surveys. These tools help scientists piece together the puzzle, showing remnants of old river channels and lake beds beneath the desert sands. But what's really interesting about this discovery is not just the scale of the ancient lake, but what it tells us about the climate shifts over millennia. It hints at a time when the region experienced a much wetter climate, supporting a diverse ecosystem of plants and animals. Now you might be wondering how such a dramatic transformation could happen. Well, it's all down to the Earth's changing climate and orbital patterns. These changes affect rainfall and temperature, turning lush landscapes into deserts, and as it turns out, vice versa. Number 17. 10,000-year-old giraffe engravings in the Sahara Desert. Amidst the sandy dunes of the Sahara, scientists have uncovered something remarkable. Ancient giraffe engravings estimated to be around 10,000 years old. These engravings are not just superficial scratches on rocks. They're detailed and skillfully made, showing us that the people who lived in the Sahara thousands of years ago were keen observers of their environment. The giraffe figures, some of them several feet in height, are messages from long ago, telling us stories about the life and times of their creators. But why giraffes, you might wonder? After all, these creatures aren't exactly common in the Sahara. Well, that might be the case now, but it was different a long time ago. Thousands of years ago, the Sahara was a greener, more hospitable place where giraffes and other wildlife roamed freely. These engravings are evidence of that, showing us a Sahara that was once teeming with life. The discovery of these ancient artworks is significant for a couple of reasons. First, they offer us a peek into the prehistoric culture of the Sahara. The engravings suggest that the people who made them had developed artistic skills and a deep connection with the animals with whom they shared their environment. Second, these giraffe engravings are an essential piece of the puzzle in understanding the climatic history of the Sahara. They help us confirm that the area underwent significant environmental changes, transitioning from a lush, animal-rich region to the arid desert we know today. So, these ancient engravings are more than just pictures on stone. Number 16. Bulldog-faced dinosaur. Discovered among the ancient sands was a fossil of a bulldog-faced dinosaur that lived in the lush lands of the Sahara a long time ago. This dinosaur, living millions of years ago, was notable for its unusual facial structure, quite different from the typical dinosaur profiles we're accustomed to. The unique snub-nosed appearance of this dinosaur isn't just a normal quirk. It's a significant clue into the diverse adaptations and lifestyles of dinosaurs. Such a distinct feature suggests this dinosaur might have had a specialized way of feeding or surviving in its environment, different from its long-faced counterparts. This find is a reminder of the Sahara's diverse prehistoric past. It challenges our understanding of dinosaur evolution, presenting a species with a physical adaptation that sets it apart from other known dinosaurs. It does make us rethink the ecological dynamics of the period and how different species might have interacted.
Don't get me wrong, it still looks scary. You know what I mean? I still wouldn't run up on it. And no. It just looks very different. Like, not nothing like we've seen other than the short arms. Everybody probably automatically thought T-Rex, but definitely different.
Moreover, the bulldog-faced dinosaur raises intriguing questions about the ancient Sahara environment.
Bulldog-faced dinosaur. Perfect way to depict it. Bulldog face, definitely a way to describe it.
What conditions prevailed that shaped such unique adaptations in its inhabitants? This discovery is a piece of the puzzle in reconstructing the climatic and environmental history of the region during the age of dinosaurs. Number 15. The Mesopyramids. In the heart of the Sahara, far from the bustling cities and modern life, lies a remarkable and mysterious discovery, the Mesopyramids. These ancient structures, surfacing amid the vast desert sands, presents a captivating glimpse into a civilization long gone. The Mesopyramids, believed to date back thousands of years, show the architectural ingenuity and cultural richness of the people who built them. Unlike the famous Egyptian pyramids, these structures are less known, yet they hold equal historical significance. They're smaller in scale, but are numerous, forming a complex that suggests a well-organized society with considerable building skills. Each pyramid in this complex is a monument to the Sahara's forgotten past. They're constructed with precision and care, indicating that they likely served an important purpose for their creators. While the exact function of these pyramids is still a matter of research and debate, they're thought to have been used for ceremonial or religious purposes, much like their counterparts in other ancient civilizations. The discovery of the Mesopyramids in such a remote and inhospitable environment raises numerous questions. How did an ancient civilization thrive in such a challenging landscape?
And that's the good question, because you can tell by the way these structures are built. It was a different Sahara back then. It wasn't a desert. The weather probably was different, nice. Because imagine, you probably wouldn't be able to stand it inside one of those things. I know now, definitely with the Sahara and the temperatures that exist over there now, you wouldn't be able to stand in there for long. It'd probably take your breath away. But maybe back then, it wasn't like that. So you could tell by these structures that possibly it was a different climate back then.
What were their lives like? And what led them to build these monumental structures in the middle of the desert? Number 14. Hidden Chamber in the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid of Giza is one of the most impressive structures left behind by the ancient world, and it's also among the most mysterious. And recently, researchers discovered a hidden chamber within the pyramid that has puzzled experts. This mysterious space, tucked away within the ancient structure, was found not through physical exploration, but through modern technology. This hidden chamber, also known as the Void, was identified using a technique called muon radiography. It's similar to taking an X-ray of the pyramid, allowing scientists to see inside without disturbing the pyramid structure. It's located above the Grand Gallery, a long sloping corridor that leads to the King's Chamber, and it's quite large, about the size of a plane. The discovery of this chamber has sparked a wave of excitement and curiosity in the archaeological community. So what is this chamber, and why is it there? That's the big question. It's true that while the Great Pyramid was built around 4,500 years ago and has been studied extensively, it still holds many secrets. But here's the thing. Nobody knows what this chamber was used for, or if it was intended to be a chamber at all. Some suggest it could have been a space left by the builders to relieve weight from the Grand Gallery below. Others think it might have had a more specific purpose, perhaps related to the burial rituals or beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. The discovery of this hidden chamber reminds us how much we still have to learn about the Great Pyramid and the people who built it. Despite all the research and exploration, the pyramid reveals more secrets. Number 13. Libyan Desert Glass. In the vast stretches of the Libyan Desert, part of the larger Sahara, lies a peculiar and mysterious natural wonder, Libyan Desert Glass. This naturally formed glass, scattered across the sands, has puzzled scientists and historians for decades. Libyan desert glass is characterized by its yellow to greenish-yellow color and can be found in various sizes, from small pebbles to larger chunks. What makes it extraordinary is not just its appearance, but the mystery of its formation. Initially, the origin of this desert glass was a topic of much debate. Some theories suggested it was formed from ancient volcanic activity, while others speculated about a meteoric impact. The glass's high silica content and it being spread across a large area of the desert added layers to the mystery. Recent studies, however, have pointed towards an extraterrestrial cause. The leading theory is that Libyan desert glass was formed about 26 million years ago due to the intense heat generated by a meteorite impact. This impact would have melted the sand, turning it into sheets of glass scattered across the desert. Found in ancient Egyptian jewelry, Libyan desert glass was highly prized, and it continues to be used in modern jewelry and cherished by collectors of meteorites and gemstones. Well, that's one mystery solved. Number 12. Mummy of Hecatompyles. In ancient Egypt, where mummies and pyramids are pretty standard, the mummy of Hecatompyles comes along and throws a curveball. It was discovered in a spot that's not the usual resting place for high-ranking officials. This mummy was a mystery. First, Hecatompyles wasn't wrapped up in the fancy embalming style you'd see with the pharaohs. It's not what you'd call high-end, like what you'd expect for a pharaoh. It's simpler. This difference in style has left experts scratching their heads. Was it a personal choice? Or maybe a sign of changing times and mummification practices? There were also curious objects and inscriptions found alongside him. Each piece seems to tell a part of his story, but despite our knowledge of hieroglyphics and the practices of ancient Egypt, interpreting it was futile. The artifacts have a unique flair, not entirely fitting the mold of the time, hinting at a more prosperous, perhaps more complex life story. And the location of his tomb, that's another curious aspect. Tucked away in a less popular burial site, it begs the question, why here? Was this spot particular to Hecatompyles? Did the pharaoh commit something that made him unworthy of the other locations? Number 11. Garamantes Fortresses. The discovery of the Garamantes fortresses in the Sahara Desert brings to light an intriguing chapter of history many might not know. These fortresses, remnants of the Garamantes civilization, were a mysterious find, revealing a sophisticated society that thrived in an area often perceived as inhospitable. The Garamantes, often overlooked in the grand narrative of ancient civilizations, were an advanced people living in what is now known as the Libyan Sahara. For years, their existence was somewhat of a mystery, known mostly through scattered references in Greek and Roman texts. But the discovery of their fortresses, along with a network of underground tunnels and other architectural marvels, has painted a picture of a surprisingly complex society. What's fascinating about these fortresses is not just their size or strength, but their location. Built in the harsh Sahara Desert, They show that the Garamantes were not just surviving in the challenging environment, they were flourishing. These fortresses, some with intricate defense systems, were part of a larger urban network, suggesting that the Garamantes had a well-organized social and political structure. Their construction techniques were also ahead of their time. The Garamantes harnessed the sparse water resources with a sophisticated system of underground channels known as fogaras, allowing them to cultivate the land and sustain their communities. The discovery of the Garamantes fortresses has shifted the narrative about life in the ancient Sahara. Number 10. Nabta Stones. The Nabta Stones, located in the Nubian Desert in southern Egypt, represent a fascinating and significant archaeological discovery. These stones, part of a complex known as the Nabta Playa, date back to around 6000 to 6500 BCE, making them one of the world's earliest known astronomical sites. Arranged in a circular pattern with complex alignments, the Nabta stones are believed to have been a prehistoric calendar used by an ancient nomadic community to mark the summer solstice and other celestial events. This discovery is remarkable because it predates Stonehenge and other similar megalithic sites, offering evidence of early human understanding of astronomy. The stone's arrangement and the site's location suggest that the region's ancient inhabitants had a sophisticated knowledge of the stars and their movements, which they...
And maybe that could be both, acknowledgement of the stars and alignment and different things, being able to tell what time of the year it is and different things as well, and also a burial ground, which is an offering to the gods. So it could have been all of that. Maybe instead of us thinking it's just one thing, it could have been multiple things.
They likely used for agricultural and ritualistic purposes. The Nabta Playa site sheds light on the ingenuity and adaptability of these early people, who thrived in a challenging environment and developed complex social and religious practices. Number 9. Tamanrasset River. Researchers discovered the remnants of the ancient Tamanrasset River in the Sahara Desert, revealing a once thriving waterway in what is now one of the driest places on Earth. This river, believed to have flowed millions of years ago, has been uncovered through satellite imagery and detailed geological surveys, which exposed a network of old riverbeds and channels beneath the desert sands. The Tamanrasset River's discovery sheds light on a different era, when the Sahara was a more humid, life-sustaining environment. It's fascinating to consider that this now arid region once supported a vast river, complete with a rich ecosystem. This ancient river system likely provided a crucial resource for early human populations and wildlife, offering water for drinking, agriculture, and perhaps even navigation. Understanding the Tamanrasset River's history is crucial for piecing together the Sahara's climate. The transition from a lush green landscape to a barren desert is a striking example of Earth's dynamic climate and environmental shifts over geological time. Studying such changes helps researchers gain insights into the processes that drive environmental transformations, which is essential for understanding both the past and the future of our planet. Number 8. Machimasaurus rex. In a significant paleontological discovery, scientists uncovered the fossils of Machimasaurus rex, an enormous prehistoric crocodile in the Sahara Desert. This massive creature, estimated to be over 30 feet long, is one of the largest marine crocodiliforms ever found. Dating back to the Jurassic period, about 130 million years ago, Machimasaurus rex sheds light on the diversity and evolution of marine reptiles. Its discovery adds a new dimension to our understanding of prehistoric ecosystems, illustrating the presence of colossal predators in ancient waters. The size and features of Machimasaurus rex, including its massive skull and powerful jaws, suggest it was a dominant predator capable of taking down large prey. Now just imagine how formidable of a creature Machimasaurus rex would have been if it were still alive. Number 7. Spinosaurus. Now here's another dino discovered in the Sahara. In the Sahara Desert, a region more often associated with sand dunes than dinosaurs, paleontologists made a groundbreaking discovery: the fossils of Spinosaurus. Unearthed in what is now Morocco, this dinosaur intrigued archaeologists. Spinosaurus, living about 95 to 100 million years ago during the Cretaceous period, was unlike any other known dinosaur. It was the largest carnivorous dinosaur.
You think a gator walking up on you is scared the mess out of you, bro? Imagine that.
Period was unlike any other.
Look at that, fam, bro. We could. The more I think, could we have coexisted with dinosaurs? We possibly could have. Maybe we even did. Who knows? But it's just highly unlikely. Look at this, bro. I'm never coming out of the cave. What for?
Known dinosaur. It was the largest carnivorous dinosaur, even larger than Tyrannosaurus rex, and had distinctive features like a crocodile-like snout and a large sail on its back. What sets Spinosaurus apart is its adaptation to an aquatic lifestyle, a rarity among known dinosaurs. Its physical features suggest it was well suited for life in water, something quite exceptional in the dinosaur realm. This adaptation to a semi-aquatic lifestyle was a significant departure from the typical perception of dinosaurs as predominantly land-based creatures. Once again, the discovery of Spinosaurus fossils in the Sahara, once a lush habitat with rivers teeming with fish, provides a vivid glimpse into a drastically different prehistoric landscape and the diverse life forms it supported. Number 6. Gabbro skeletons. In 2000, the discovery of the Gabbro skeletons in the Sahara Desert of Niger unraveled a fascinating mystery of human history. These remains, dating back 8,000 to 10,000 years, belong to two distinct prehistoric cultures, the Kiphian and the Tenarian. What's intriguing is how these groups adapted to a region that underwent drastic environmental changes. The Kiphian people, with their robust physiques, were hunter-gatherers when the area was lush and green. Their skeletons suggest a life spent in rigorous physical activity, probably hunting large aquatic animals. Then, as the climate shifted and the area became drier, the Tenarian culture emerged. Their more slender frames and different artifacts indicate a shift to a pastoral lifestyle, adapting to the changing conditions of a desert in the making. The Gabbro site tells a story of survival and adaptation. These skeletons, along with artifacts found at the site, provide insights into how human societies respond to environmental challenges. It's fascinating to think that an area now so dry and unforgiving was once home to thriving communities. Number 5. World War II P-40 Kitty Hawk. In 2012, the discovery of a World War II P-40 Kitty Hawk in the Sahara Desert stunned historians and aviation enthusiasts. This remarkably well-preserved fighter plane, thought to have crashed in 1942, was a time capsule from a turbulent era. The Kitty Hawk, belonging to the Royal Air Force and piloted by Flight Sergeant Dennis Copping, had been missing for 70 years. Its discovery in such a remote and unyielding environment sparked intrigue about the pilot's fate and the circumstances of the crash. This World War II relic, found far from any known air route, provided a poignant glimpse into the challenges faced by pilots during the war.
That gotta be one of the best ones they've found. Or as far as I've seen, you definitely can think that he possibly survived. Looking based upon what you see, what the crash site looks like.
Turning a forgotten piece of history into a powerful reminder of the past. This is among the most mysterious and intriguing wrecks discovered in the vast expanse of the Sahara. Who knows what other pieces of history lay beneath its sands? Number 4. Mauro Prosperi survival. Mauro Prosperi is an Italian police officer in Pentathlete. In 1994, he planned to conquer the Marathon des Sables in Morocco, a grueling 156-mile race through one of the world's most unforgiving environments.
150 something miles, bro. They have those type of marathons? Are you kidding me? That's like if you make it to the end, you're just glad you survived. You didn't die. Like 150, who's doing that?
The Sahara Desert. But what he experienced was something incredibly harrowing. While he was prepared to brave nature's most extreme environments on Earth, he didn't expect to brave a powerful sandstorm. Prosperi, disoriented and lost, found himself stranded in the vast empty expanse of the Sahara. Now this is where the story turns from a race against time to a battle for survival. Prosperi, an experienced runner and survivalist, faced the most extreme conditions imaginable. With limited water and no food, he wandered the desert, a speck in the immense sea of sand. It's a mystery how he managed to survive in the brutal conditions. Prosperi stumbled upon an abandoned shrine and used it as a shelter. He survived by drinking his own urine and eating bats he found in the shrine. This ingenuity and will to survive were nothing short of miraculous. But perhaps the most astonishing part of Prosperi's story is his journey. He traveled over 180 miles, further away from the race's finish line, but closer to his ultimate survival. A nomadic family eventually found him, emaciated and sunburnt, but alive against all odds. Prosperi's survival story leaves us with more questions than answers. How did he manage to endure the mental and physical challenges of being lost in the Sahara? Maybe the desire to survive was enough to fuel him on for 10 harrowing days. Number 3. Sand cats. When you think of deadly predators in the desert, your mind might wander to lions or cheetahs, but there's a less conspicuous contender for the title, the sand cat. This small, elusive female might look like a pet kitten, but it's a formidable hunter, perfectly adapted to the harsh desert environment. Sand cats, with their pale sandy to gray-brown coats, are the masters of camouflage in their desert habitat. Weighing just 3 to 7.5 pounds, these cats are not much larger than your average domestic cat. Don't let their size fool you. They're the ultimate survivors of the desert. What makes sand cats remarkable isn't just their adorable appearance and extraordinary adaptations that make them one of the desert's most efficient predators. They have large, wide ears that give them exceptional hearing, perfect for detecting prey like rodents, birds, and reptiles beneath the sand. Their fur-covered feet are another marvel. This unique adaptation protects them from the scorching desert sand and leaves no footprints, making them nearly invisible to prey and predators.
I'm having a hard time believing. It's just hard to believe that you would find a sand cat, a cat of all animals out here in the desert. That'd be the last thing on my mind I'm thinking I'd come across. You know, a cat though? I still can't wrap my mind or grasp that though. It just looks like it's like a fish out of water. Like it just doesn't belong here.
It's like they have their own pair of natural desert boots. Sand cats can survive in temperatures ranging from freezing cold nights to blistering hot days without a sip of water. They get all the moisture they need from their prey, showcasing an incredible level of self-sufficiency in an environment where water is scarce. Despite their fierce hunting skills and adaptability, sand cats remain mysterious. They're solitary and nocturnal, making them a rare sight. Researchers find it challenging to study these elusive felines as they blend seamlessly into their surroundings and leave few traces behind. Number 2. The Sahara Eye. The Sahara Desert is often pictured as an endless expanse of dunes. However, scientists revealed that the Sahara isn't the vast empty land we initially believed it was. This incredible sight that looks like a portal to another window
or the lost city of Atlantis
is the Sahara Eye. The Sahara Desert Eye, with its almost perfectly circular ring, spans about 20 miles in diameter. It's so massive that astronauts use it as a landmark from space. Naturally, with its size, many initially believed it was something created by a UFO, a visitor from outer space. But it turned out that the Eye of the Sahara isn't the result of an ancient meteorite crash, as some initially speculated. Instead, it's a natural wonder sculpted by the hands of time. Millions of years of geological processes at work. As Earth's continents separated, molten rock from the Earth's mantle formed a circular rocky dome surrounded by sandstone. Erosion shaped the desert eye's sunken circular appearance, with its center now at a lower elevation than its surroundings. Peeling back its layers reveals a story not just of the Sahara, but of Earth's dynamic past. Once upon a time, this now arid and barren land was a vibrant habitat with flowing rivers and lush greenery. The Eye of the Sahara is living proof of these dramatic transformations. Breaking away from the typical image of the Sahara as a monotonous sandy desert, the Eye reveals much of the desert, formed by the uplifting and erosion of rock layers. It shows the relentless forces of nature that shaped our planet. Number 1. Oasis of Mosquitoes. At first glance, this oasis is everything you would expect. Palm trees, cool water, and a tranquil spot in the harsh desert.
They're probably deadly too.
As you get closer, you're greeted not just by the refreshing sight of water, but by swarms of mosquitoes. Yes, mosquitoes in a place where you'd least expect them. Now you might be wondering, mosquitoes? In the desert? It does sound bizarre, considering we associate these pesky insects with humid, often tropical environments, not arid deserts. However, the presence of water in an oasis actually creates a perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes. These oases are like mosquito metropolises, thriving hubs where water and vegetation offer an ideal habitat. It's a stark contrast to the surrounding dry desert, where such conditions are scarce. The mosquitoes lay their eggs in the still waters of the oasis, turning this idyllic spot into a buzzing, lively community of these insects. The Oasis of Mosquitoes is a fascinating example of how life adapts and flourishes in the most surprising places. It shows the resilience and adaptability of nature, and how a species like mosquitoes can find a way to thrive, even in the harshest of environments.